there with Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Covington in at the four-man position. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. Now, here's Lillard. There's the pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. Corner shot. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And Ibaka is right there.
We know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Beverley against Lillard. And yes, it's good.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverley. Clippers moving the ball around. The three from George. And that one is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's Jones. And Jones with the stuff.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Now here's Beverley. Pass to George. The feed to Batum. Rocket 6. Lets it go from deep. And it's George missing. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Now here's Jones. Covington's shot is off.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
And George with the stuff.
And plays like that demonstrate Paul George's athletic ability. He's not just an elite scorer, he is a high flyer.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Here's Beverley after the basket by Yusuf Nurkic. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverley. George has got 5.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Measures the shot before receiving the pass. It's hard to guard.
Lillard misses. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
1:57 left here in the first quarter. Lillard with it. From deep three-point range, Portland with a new 14. Here's Nurkic, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. For Portland, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. The 3. The offensive rebound passes to Powell. Here's Covington. A second chance effort. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Clippers in the lead. The drive by Jackson. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. .104 left here in the opening quarter. Jackson looking it over. Just 5 on the clock. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Los Angeles with another miss. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And the basket by McCollum.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Now here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Inside. Here's Zubac.
Oh, what a dunk!
Look out below!
going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Here's Simons. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Now Jackson. The pass to Kennard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And that does it for the first quarter. The Clippers. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stayed.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got C.J. McCollum. Anthony is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Simons in at the one.
And Doris, with Rondé Hollis Jefferson, it's more than just stats. The guy is just so active when he's on the floor.
That's right, Greg. It's the hustle and the movement he plays with that are really the strengths. Only 6'6", but it feels like he can play above that size. Great energy guy to bring off the bench. And if you need him because of injuries or fill-in spots, he can start and be productive.
McCollum finds Kanter. Back to McCollum. Pass to Carmelo. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Down low. And it's Anthony with the jam.
That's what you call leaving no doubt. Anthony responds emphatically.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Jackson. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's McCollum. Goes up from the top of the key. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Back to Zubac. Pass to Cousins. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
McCollum outside. Anthony against Jackson. Here's Kanter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I love how hard Enes Kanter plays on the offensive end. Go ahead and finish through that contact.
On the wing, Jackson. Kennard. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And here are the Trailblazers now after the Clippers pick up 2. Cullen passes to Simons. And foul on the... And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now, here's Kennard. Offensive rebound.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
McCollum, no good.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
And just the rugged nature of Cousins getting into the body there offensively.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Out to Anthony. Passes it to Simons. And it's McCollum at the elbow. And hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
And the pass to Kennard. And here's Jackson. Jackson is doubled. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The shot's good from Kennard.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
A 3 from McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. One-on-one fast break. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead. And that does it for our...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And it's Leonard missing. Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Jones. Got a piece of it.
Wow, Patrick Beverley, barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
George with no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 11 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Leonard, no luck. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Powell, the pass to Lillard. Covington wide open. He fires. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Covington's got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Leonard with no one around. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Now, here's Covington. The shot by Powell, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Ibaka for 3. But they recover it. Up top, Leonard. Outside, George. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Powell. George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 12. It's Powell on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. A three from Leonard. They get the rebound. Back to Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor. No good with the triple.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Now here is George. After the miss from Damian Lillard.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end. I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Leonard on the wing. Lets the three fly. Drops in the tray. Leonard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Los Angeles.
Well, Kawhi Leonard put in the time to become a big-time threat from range. That is beautiful.
Powell dishes to Lillard. Powell with it. Here's Nurkic. Count it. Good. 6 points for Nurkic.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Covington kicks to Jones. Powell for three. It's hauled in by Beverly. Clippers leading by 16. Fires from deep. He can't get it to go.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
And the basket by Jones.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Up top, Leonard. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Leonard's got 10.
Well, Kawhi Leonard is efficient with his shooting form. Makes it look easy right there.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Hollis Jefferson is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively. That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
McCollum, no good.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Kennard for three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Tries it from the top of the key. They get it back.
But how about the persistence from Hollis Jefferson? He's keeping possessions alive with his activity.
Los Angeles leading by 18. Jackson passes to Morris. That's a two from Kennard. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. McCollum passes to Kanter. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Well, Kanter just has an ability to score on the interior. That's his special skill.
Outside Jackson. Zubats the pass to Jackson. Kennard with the ball. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the basket by McCollum.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Outside Jackson. Kennard for three. Sinks the three-pointer. Kennard's got 11 points in the quarter.
Check out the vision from Jackson. Doesn't have to make the flashy play, just wants to make the right play.
Now here's Powell. Three-pointer, Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another three.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Jackson. Pass to Zubats. Now, here's Kennard. 5 to shoot. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Jones kicks to Covington. Lillard outside. Here's Jones.
Clearly a foul.
And he knocks down the first one. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And so Jones nails both of them. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
George from deep three-point land. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Launches it. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers trail by 13.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Clippers.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
A three from Leonard. That one, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Jones dishes to Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard with no one around. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George against Powell. Here's Batum. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Lillard way outside. And the Trailblazers, another three.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
And a deep three from George, off target. So the Clippers winning this one easily, even early on in this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's... There's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Now here's Richardson. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. Marjanovic finds Doncic. Shot clock at 5. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Back to Beverley. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Doncic feeling it out. Back to Marjanovic. Finney Smith passes to Marjanovic. The three for Doncic. They grab their own miss.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Here's Beverly. The Mavericks making the shot. And George, here we go. Ibaka. This is to Beverly. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And here they come. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, you got to push Porzingis out of the paint. If you don't, you're looking for trouble.
And where Finney Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And, you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Now, here's Doncic. A pass to Porzingis, and the rejection by Ibaka. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kicks it out to Leonard. And he comes up with the deuce.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now, here's Doncic. There's 1:47 left in the first quarter of the game. Chalk up two there.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Richardson against George. Pass to Zubac. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Mavericks leading by 4. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on George.
And, you know, Richardson, simply by being aggressive, puts a lot of pressure on the defense and is able to force the foul.
And, Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
No problems knocking that one down.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Here's Brunson. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Jackson against Brunson. Jackson passes to Kennard. Back to Jackson. And he banks in the layup. Kennard's got 5 points so far.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Brunson kicks to Redick. To the middle. Kleba finds Redick. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Richardson, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Feeds it to Batum, and he lays it straight in.
You know, he's become more perimeter-oriented over time, but Nick Batum more than capable of scoring inside.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
You know, this game, you know, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
They've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Cousins in at the center, locking down the middle. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And the wide open shot from Redick. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
Kennard's shot is off. The Mavericks trailing. Redick surveying the D. And the rejection by Cousins.
Cousins not one to be challenged there. Tenacious denial.
The shot's good from Kennard.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Brunson against Jackson. Brunson the pass to call his stop. Now Kleba. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Kennard for three. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson has the open look, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
Brunson the pass to Kleba. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Kennard for 3. Here's Batum. It's blocked. They swipe it. Jackson with it. Pass to Kennard. Shoots. It doesn't go for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
It's stolen by Morris. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. There's the pass to Kennard. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. No one covers. Kennard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good points. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
They get it back. Here's Redick. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Here's Jackson. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Redick with the bucket.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Pass to Kennard for the 3. Kleba with the rebound.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these 3. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Brunson against Jackson for three. Ollie Stein in the post. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's just a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
So that'll be it for the first half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest deficit was 6. And that'll about...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the three, the small forward. And Leonard gets it to go.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. No good on the triple. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Back to George. And a little luck that time, but it drops. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And this is one of George's main strengths, a phenomenal mid-range scorer.
Doncic against George. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Beverly wide open. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Leonard. Doncic outside. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Doncic outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
George against Richardson. Here's Zubac. George finds Leonard. Back to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
George against Doncic. Leonard with the steal. The shot by George, wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Right there, I think you got to try and run George off his spot. I mean, he's a lights-out long-distance shooter and has great confidence. Doncic against George. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Just 5 to shoot. The tray. And it's Doncic missing.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
From deep, George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Doncic outside. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Marjanovic kicks to Richardson. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Misses the 3.
and he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Mavericks trail by 16. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 12-1 run. Leonard with no one around. Fires the three. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, guys, this is the danger Porzingis poses in the open floor. He's excellent at getting to his spots.
From deep, George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And it's sent back by George. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display.
Yes, sir. Power and grace. That had it all.
And Ibaka kicks to Beverly. And he's good on the three ball. And the Clippers lead by 15.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And the shot goes in. Marjanovic has got his second bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Richardson gets a wide-open look. Off target with that shot. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We've got Luke Kennard. Marcus Morris is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the center position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Kennard for three. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Richardson, no luck. Clippers leading by 13, and he's going up for the alley-oop, and the dunk by Batum.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Passes it to Kennard. Fires the three. Zubac the pass to Batum. Another shot. The Mavericks pull it in. Marjanovic has got 5 rebounds tonight. A pass to Porzingis. That's tipped. Batum with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. Jackson from long range. But they'll get another chance. Zubac kicks to Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Richardson up top. Kennard covering. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Clippers leading by 11. Yes, that goes in.
Batum is a great spot-up threat. He's quick to get it off, and the stroke is pure.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Richardson dishes to Doncic. From downtown. Morris looking over the floor. Kicks it to Jackson. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Kennard's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Richardson, that's a two-pointer. Batum grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Jackson with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Kennard's shot is off. Mavericks trail by 13, and here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Pass to Kennard. Shoots the three. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Back to Jackson. The pass to Kennard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game. Jackson against Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Tell you what, guys, that's not an easy finish, but somehow Doncic makes it look rather effortless.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Josh Richardson. George against Hardaway. Now George. From deep. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Mavericks ball.
.43 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The three for Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either. So it's the Clippers now. From deep. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Dallas again missing. George looking over the floor. Pass to Beverly. He kicks it to Leonard. They get it back. Outside, George. Three-pointer. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Clippers lead by 12.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the DA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. We've got Murray. Jokic is out there at Bowl. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the center. Now here's Beverley. The shot by George, wide open. Off target from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big men. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. George with the stuff.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverley. That's a terrific pass.
The pass to Jokic. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Back to Murray over Beverley. Murray, no good.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
It's good.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Here's Murray. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. To the paint. Here's Jokic. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Passes to George. Fires for 3. Jokic grabs the miss. Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And a wide open look for Porter. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Leonard. Ibaka. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Excellent timing on the offensive glass, and Ibaka takes advantage of the second chance opportunity.
Outside Porter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Beverley. Outside, George. The putback is no good.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
And Jokic slams it in.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Beverley feeling it out a bit. Pass to George. The 3. Good on the 3-point shot. George has got 5.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Over Ibaka. And it's Jokic missing. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for the Clippers. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Bol, and the dunk by Bol.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Gordon. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
And the D has no answer for Murray. Just absolutely ferocious at attacking the basket.
Outside, George. Puts up a 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
40 seconds left in the first. Jokic kicks to Gordon. Denver passing it around. To the inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now here's Jackson. And there's the pass to Cousins. Jackson against Morris. Kennard on the wing. Lets it go with the 3. Denver grabs the miss. Morris passes to Millsap. That one drops for him.
Now that's beautiful. Millsap could have forced something there, but instead waits for his open teammate.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
We've got Luke Kennard. Morris is out there with Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Jackson in at the point. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around. Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
At the elbow, Batum. Passes it to Kennard. 2 points. That one goes. Kennard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Morris with the bucket.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Kennard finds Jackson. Second chance shot. Batum wide open. He fired. Buried from 15 feet out. Batum's got his first basket.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Now here's Green. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Puts it up from 17 and all around the rim that time before dropping in. And now a 4-point Clipper lead. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Morris inside. Jackson on him. And the rejection by Jackson. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. Again, the Clippers. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
You know, JaMychal Green is extremely gifted down low. A solid post threat who can get the job done down there.
Pass to Kennard from the arc. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Now, here is Morris. And it's McGee with the jam.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center.
Morris against Beverly. Dishes to Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Smitty, the change for McGee is pretty simple. He got some direction on how to play. Now he does everything he can to play within himself.
Kevin, that has been a huge difference maker for JaVale McGee. And you know, when he's focused, he can make an impact. Plays in short bursts, but very effective.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Porter kicks to Jokic. The dish now to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Murray for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Murray's got 5 points so far.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will light you up from beyond. He's lethal.
There's 49 seconds left here in the second. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Murray. He's got 5. Pass to Jokic. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And here's Beverly. Ibaka. This is to George. Back to Ibaka. Lets it go. Porter pulls it in. Now here's Bull. Defended by Beverly. Now Bull over Beverly. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the team. And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Gordon out there at Bull. Then there's Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Jokic in at the 5 spot.
The towering presence that is Bull. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
The 3 from George. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Denver shooting their first free throw of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 1. The deep 3 from George. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got 11 points.
When we talk about George's confidence, when you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
Jokic passes to Bull. Here's Porter. He dishes it to Bull. Shoots over Zubac, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Here's Murray. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Murray surveying the D. Here's Beverly. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
The Nuggets trail by 8.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And here's Leonard. After Jamal Murray was able to get that triple. And it's Leonard missing.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Oh, that was something else.
That was nasty.
An extremely well-conditioned athlete. Gordon is an effective option on fast breaks.
A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got two terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Everly with the ball. Outside Leonard. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Outside Jackson. Now the pass to Kennard. Kicks it to Cousins. Clock at 4. Tries again. And Kennard lays it in. Good. Kennard's got 7.
With good size for a 2-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
Pass to Barton. There's 1:17 left in the third. Outside, Green. Morris against Jackson. Morris with the bucket. He has 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Jackson looking around. Pass to Kennard. Jacks up a 3. Unable to get that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the third. Morris with the ball. Now Green defending. Barton drives in, and Barton throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Shots good by Kennard.
You think contested shots phase Kennard? No chance, and that's frustrating for defenders.
Morris against Jackson. Now here is Morris. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Clippers lead by 1. And time to step aside. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Batum in at the 4. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Out to Morris. He feeds it to Cousins. No good that time. Good work defensively by Millsap. And Morris has got the ball here for Denver. They trail by 1. And the wide open shot from Green. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. There's Jackson with the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
I'll tell you, that is such a quick pull-up. One of Jackson's more effective moves.
Morris passes to Barton. And here's McGee. Wants to get it to Barton and does. Back to McGee. Barton outside. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Clippers leading by 4. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Batum. Back to Jackson. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Kennard on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. The Nuggets trail by 4. Here's Barton. And Barton throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Outside Jackson. Kennard for 3. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got his 4th rebound in this one. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. The shot, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little, surprising given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cousins. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Gordon finds Murray. Steps back and shoots. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And the competitive nature of Murray making all the difference there, doing everything he can to rally his team.
And George, here we go. Ibaka. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Wide open look here for Murray, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And let's be honest, Murray has never seen a shot he didn't like, especially these mid-range jumpers.
Here's George. Steps back and dreams the jump shot.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
And the pass to Jokic. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Los Angeles has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Porter against George. He kicks to Beverly. Passes it to Zubac. Now here's George. Feeds it to Beverly. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Ibaka, no luck. Nuggets have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Murray, the pass to Jokic. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Leonard comes in for Morris. And it's Kennard in for Patrick Beverley. 52 seconds left in the game. Stolen by Zubac. This one for 3. Buries it from outside.
A fantastic competitor. The bigger the moment, the more Kennard wants the ball.
Murray outside. Shoots the 3. And again, Denver no good. George against Porter. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires for 3. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
And here is Murray. From deep 3-point range, no good. So the Clippers with the win. Some good. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Derek Jones. Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Covington in at power forward. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Leonard. George looking around. On the wing, Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 3-point game. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Poked away. Leonard with the steal. The finish. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
George dishes to Ibaka. Looking for George. He gets it there. Ibaka, the pass to Batum. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here's Portland. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Outside, George. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. And the dunk by Powell.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Passes it to Leonard. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooters.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Lillard against Beverly. Back to Lillard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You better respect the interior game a little. When he gets deep inside, he forces the defense to hit him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year. And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Now, here is George. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Beverly against Lillard. Powell, no one around him. Off target from three-point range.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Lillard against Jackson. And Lillard gets it to go.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
Lillard against Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Over Lillard. That shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Covington with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
Pass to Kennard from past the arc. And the Clippers miss again.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Tipped away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here are the Trailblazers now. In the corner, Powell with it. Clock at 6. Lillard from deep three-point land, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
If you do not appreciate the athleticism of Jackson, he can punish the D.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers lead by 5. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody. And
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say we want to start fast? Now let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
So for the Clippers right now, Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubac in at center.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. He looked good as a third scoring option for the team. That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Here's Anthony. That one off the back iron and out. Clippers trail by 5. Morris passes to Jackson. Anthony with the defensive effort.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he could help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
And the second free throw, good.
And, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a rollout on this team.
Now here's Jackson. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Releases. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
The open shot by Kennard. And count it from 19 feet away.
Oh, a deadly, decisive shooter. Once Kennard gets a good look he likes, he ain't going to hesitate.
McCollum against Kennard. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Outside Jackson. The pass to Kennard for 3. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And it's McCollum in the corner. Here now, the Clippers. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Jackson kicks to Morris. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. Portland trailing here. Here's Cantor. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on it. Here's McCollum after the basket by Los Angeles. From deep. The shot comes out. The Clippers go the other way with it. Outside for Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. Stolen by Cantor. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, just superb focus there for Melo. Overpowering the D and still finishes.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. Powell, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Now here is George, and it's George finishing it off.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Powell, the pass to Anthony. Lillard outside. From deep three-point range, the long distance three is buried. Lillard's got 10. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Back to George. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Beverly against Lillard. And here is Powell. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. George against Powell. George dishes to Batum. Outside for George. No good on the last second attempt there. So thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq and
we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. And it's Powell in at the 2 guard. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Lillard outside. Portland needs to get off a shot. A 3-ball. They get it again. And he makes good on the layup. Lillard's got 12 in the game.
Love seeing Lillard working in close. I mean, he has the skills to convert at a high rate.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's George. He has 6. From deep. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. He's got 9.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Pass to Powell. It's tipped. Batum scanning the floor. And Leonard gets it to go.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. Now, that makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Now, here's Lillard. 12 points for him. Now Powell. Out to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Offline with his 3. Los Angeles leading by 5. Pass to George. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Outside Anthony. The pass to Nurkic. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Beverly finds Leonard. Passes to Ibaka. Beverly wide open. No good on the 3.
Well, that's just a lucky break. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
here's Anthony. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. Trailblazers trail by 6. The 15-footer, Anthony. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Took the opportunity when he saw it. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency. You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Clippers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. The 3. No good on the shot. Now Portland takes it the other way. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard against Beverly. Offside, Batum. George dishes to Batum. That one goes in. Batum's got his first points of the game.
Oh, what balance from the veteran. Even when Batum gets hit, he's skilled at staying in control.
But they get it back. Pass to Lillard. And it's Covington atop the key. Lillard outside. Three-pointer. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
He logs his first 3 of the second half after nailing 2 in the first. They don't want to let this fella get going.
Outside, George. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Lillard scanning the floor. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. Now here's Anthony. Following the miss by Marcus Morris. Cantor, the pass to Carmelo. Back to McCollum. And the rejection by Zubac. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
McCollum against Kennard. McCollum passes to Simons. No good with the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Now here's Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
In high school, Kennard was named Ohio's Mr. Basketball twice. Only a handful of guys have done that, and almost all of them went on to become NBA greats.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's McCollum. Good work defensively by Morris.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
Stolen by Collins. And it's Jones finishing it off.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. And here is Morris. Zubac kicks to Morris. Over Jones. Morris passes to Cousins. Shot clock at 3. Stolen by Collins. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. And it falls over the rim and in. And now just a 4-point Clipper lead. The Clippers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. McCollum against Jackson. The pass to Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. For Portland, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Pass to Cantor. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Oh, the experience helping Kent there. He doesn't shy away from taking big-time shots.
Jackson down low. And the dunk by Zubac.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
Second chance opportunity so big in this instance. They have to feel fortunate that they could extend that play. Look, I know he wants to get them back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not thieves.
Kennard for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor finds McCollum. Outside, Jones. Pass to Cantor. Now McCollum. Kennard covering. Just 5 on the clock. Cantor dishes to Collins. Shoots over Cousins. Offensive rebound. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. 1:09 left in the fourth. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make some shots.
Now, here's Lillard. Dishes it to Covington. Back to Lillard from about 19 feet. Yes! And he is brought them to within 2 points.
Well, this is what you want from Nuggets. A fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
To the middle. Here's Ibaka. It counts! And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it
Then it's Ivica Zubats. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Mavericks, Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Now here's Beverly. He dishes it to Ibaka. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
5 to shoot. Here's George. The step back jumper is good. George has got the opening basket of the game for Los Angeles. Doncic outside. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Off target with his 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Here's Doncic following the score by folks. The coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
Okay. And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. And the dunk by Doncic.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Now here's Leonard. To the paint. Porzingis with the steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Leonard finds Ibaka. Looking for Beverly. He gets it there. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubats. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
We know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. Doncic against George. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Again, the Mavericks score.
Well, Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Right side George. And that one drops.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And they're able to recover. Beverly against Richardson. Second shot opportunity. Porzingis controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, tracking down rebounds with ease. Kristaps Porzingis' outstanding mobility.
It's George on the wing. Richardson covering. Count it. George has got 8 points.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
Richardson gets a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 4. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Patrick Beverley is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
It's his first trip to the line. Both free throws good from Beverley. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Doncic looking it over. Here's Porzingis. It's not going to go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. George with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Leonard, no luck.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just leave it at the rim and let the big man do the rest. KP with the nice finish.
Beverley finds Leonard. Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the... Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
They've got J.J. Redick. Hardaway is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Cauley Stein, and it's Powell in at the 4-man position. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Was shot by Redick, no good. Los Angeles leading by 7. Jackson passes to Cousins. Down low, Batum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Brunson scanning the floor. Always going up for the alley-oop here. The shot by Powell, no good.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Great positioning on the putback.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Jackson. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Hardaway with a wide open look. That 3 off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 10. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Kennard against Brunson. Kennard's shot is off. Dallas has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Fires the three, but they'll get another chance. Here's Powell, gets himself open and drills it. Powell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is a big part of what Dwight Powell needs to do. Battle hard on the offensive glass, turn those second chance opportunities into points.
Pass to Cousins. Back to Jackson. And there's the pass to Kennard. No good from outside.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
They are really struggling from the floor.
The shot by Powell, no good. Inside. And Cousins gets it to go. Cousins has got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers.
You know, I like this. Instead of trying to jack up the three, get the ball to Cousins for a high percentage look.
Outside, Redick. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles on D. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Brunson the pass to Redick. 5 on the clock from downtown.
Just has lost the feel in terms of scoring here in the second quarter.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Got a piece of it. Cousins dishes to Morris. Kennard on the wing. Here's Batum. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
They get the rebound. Oh, that's blocked. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. Here's Jackson. Here's Kennard. Wow! Unbelievable! And so it's Los Angeles with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what? And that's a wrap with the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Without question, George is playing his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Ibaka, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5. And it's Doncic missing.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Outside for George. Wide open look here for Zubac. And it's off the back rim. No good. Mavericks trail by 16. Porzingis finds Richardson. Marjanovic with it. George picks him up. And here's Doncic from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Doncic has got 5.
Well, the Slovenian delivers from deep. Luka Doncic lets his outside shooting set up the rest of his well-rounded offensive game.
George passes to Zubac. Back to George. Launches it. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
George against Richardson. Now, here is George. He's tightly guarded.
This guy is such a tough cover in the pick and roll. Paul George threading the needle perfectly. Excellent pass.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole. We all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Right side, Leonard jacks up a three, and again, it's the Clippers from deep.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. The 19-footer is on the money. 10 points for him. Looking at current NBA players, Greg. Leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And there's so much to like about Luka Doncic, but perhaps the best thing is he can contribute in every aspect of the game. Scoring, rebounding, passing, you name it.
George with no one around. And Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got 8 points.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. The three for Doncic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 54 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Leonard has it in the corner. Lets the three fly. He can't hit that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic. He's got 8.
Boy, what you really like about Porzingis going end-to-end, he does it under control, right? This guy is 7 feet and masterful in space.
George, no good. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 18. Pass to Finney-Smith. Over in the corner, Doncic. Plenty of space. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Amazing individual performance, but you'd like to see more guys start to get involved. I don't know if he can do it alone. That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And so it's Los Angeles. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Jalen Brunson. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Redick in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Brunson with a clean look. The Mavericks rebound. That shot off the mark.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Mavericks trailed by 19. And Redick kicks to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Brunson. The shot misses. Nice D from Cousins. Los Angeles has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Powell against Kennard. His three-pointers off the mark.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Dallas moving the ball around. Brunson, good.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Kennard on the wing. And the wide open shot from Morris. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Kennard for 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Now here's Brunson. Puts up a 3. The offensive rebound. Powell. Yep, it counts.
I tell you, even with some physical contact, Powell gets it done. Love his persistence.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Kennard for 3. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And he lobs it up. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. There's Jackson with the 3. That one's not going to go. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Cauley-Stein kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Brunson. Shoots. Outside Hardaway. Here's the 3. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Los Angeles leading by 20. George double teamed. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here is Los Angeles now. Leonard from deep, 3-point land. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
George with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. There's the pass to Leonard. Ibaka dishes to Leonard. Back to Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Ibaka. Leonard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range, Porzingis with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
George passes to Beverly. Back to George. Beyond the arc. That one doesn't drop. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Offensive rebound.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Beverly the pass to Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's...
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Nuggets, they've got Jamal Murray. Cole is out there with Jokic. Then it's Porter. And it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward. And stolen by Bull. Here's Gordon. Fader on the way. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Bull. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
It's Porter outside. It's hauled in by Beverly. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's tipped. Leonard finds Ibaka, and it's good. 2 points.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Murray against Beverly. The kick out to Porter. Here's Bull. The drive by Gordon. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
In an active player, Gordon can be a handful to keep up with throughout the course of the game.
Denver shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And both free throws good for Gordon. Now Beverly. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Passes to George. From deep. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. To the inside, and Ibaka slams it in.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
The putback, Ibaka. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
Beverly for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. A different look for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Jokic. Millsap comes in for Bull. And it's Will Barton in for Michael Porter. Murray with it. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Pass to McGee. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from Cousins. Pass to Jackson. Back to Kennard. The 3. There's JaVale McGee with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
For the Nuggets, Dozier's checked in, and it's Austin Rivers in for Will Barton. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Kennard against Rivers. Now the pass to Cousins. Millsap with the steal. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And then Rivers with the dunk.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Passes it to Batum. Outside Jackson. Fires the 3. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Rivers. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Kennard finds Morris. Sinks the triple.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
McGee with no one around. Had the space there, but it's offline. Clippers leading by 3. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Luke Kennard gets the ball off quickly, and the mechanics are consistent.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And again, Denver no good. 1 second left. He can't get that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Clippers on top, up by. And we caught it before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had
selfless. I mean, you need to kill.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
They've got JaVale McGee. Rivers out there with Monte Morris. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Dozier in at the 3. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. And the slam dunk by McGee.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Here's Dozier. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
But Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now he's an all-star last year. You know, I think they're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son's a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. He gets that one.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
Rivers looking over the floor. McGee, the pass to Rivers. Just 5 on the clock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. This is his first free throw of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Both free throws good from McGee. The Clippers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Outside, George. To the paint. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Back to George. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Proving how dangerous he is. Give George these looks, and he'll knock him down.
Morris outside. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team. He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
Here's Rivers. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. George passes to Leonard. High post, Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now Leonard. Following the three-point attempt by Austin Rivers. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. The Nuggets trail by 5. Morris kicks to Millsap. Now here's Rivers. 51 seconds left in the first half. Back to Millsap. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to George. From outside the arc, drills the three-pointer.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Beverly against Murray. They need this, and it's Murray with the jam.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Leonard against Gordon. And here's Leonard. Back to Beverly. There's the three. No good on that one. Paul George, he's been the guy making...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able... And that'll...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. From deep three-point range, and again, Los Angeles with the triple.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Murray, the pass to Bull. Back to Murray. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Beverly looking around and stolen by Murray. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. And it's Murray with the jam.
Can't allow Murray to beat you to the rack. He really turns on the jets in the open floor.
Porter against George. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
And it's Murray penetrating. Jokic kicks to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Jokic inside, defended by George. And that one's good by Porter.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Now Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. A 3 from Leonard. Doesn't go that time. And Denver the other way now. Murray for 3. The rebound by Paul George. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. The Nuggets trail by 6. Gordon, the pass to Jokic. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how about Kobe going to the Lakers? Mikal and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Outside Porter. 54 seconds left here in the third quarter. Zubac's with it. Now Bol defending. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Murray outside. 14 feet away. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Jackson passes to Batum. Back to Jackson for the 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. McGee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Dozier. And it's McGee with the jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. It'll count. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Dozier in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Los Angeles leading by 4. Cousins inside. Millsap's there. And Cousins kicks to Kanawha. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Now that's beautiful. Millsap could have forced something there, but instead waits for his open teammate.
That free throw good from Barton. And here is Los Angeles now. They lead by 1. Jackson with it. It's stolen by Morris. And now the Nuggets, fast break to take the lead. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Fast break, here they come. Kennard for 3. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. McGee's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Morris. Good on the shot. Morris has got his first 2 points.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
And the pass to Cousins. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Cousins, no good.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
And McGee kicks to Morris. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback. McGee's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nuggets.
And after what was just a horrendous shooting performance in that first half, they're finally starting to find their rhythm here in the second.
Kennard's shot is off.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Batum, and the dunk by Batum.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Morris passes to Barton. Down low, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. This is it to Kennard. To the middle. Here's Cousins. And that'll be 2 free throws. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last timeout. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Evan will see if they can make that adjustment.
George up top, guarded by Porter. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Murray against Beverly. The kick out to Porter. The dish to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. It's stolen by Ibaka. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. And it's Kennard in for Patrick Beverly.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
On the wing, Porter. They get it back. That one doesn't go. And here are the Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. George looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And stolen by Murray. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Murray with the ball. And a wide open look for Porter. Right between the eyes.
Just refusing to back down when the spotlight's brightest. Porter outstanding at taking over here in the clutch.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, I'm curious to see, will they go for a 2 to tie or a 3 to win it all?
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for